Hello, you beautiful people. Another beautiful day. Yeah, it's Sunday. Hope your 5 senses work. Good. You must pledge your allegiance to the chief. See, they're messing with people. Look, found this article today. Actually, so Spider-Man, Peter Parker is jealous of Bruce Wayne. You're like, huh? Peter Parker is jealous of Bruce Wayne. And the PS4 fans want this feature in their Spider-Man game. So, if you can't beat Bruce Wayne, join him, huh? Everybody wants to be like Bruce Wayne, man. You know, it's the car, right? Chicks love the car. Anyway, listen to this. It says, Marvel Spider-Man fans want to see Batman Arkham Knight feature in the sequel. With Marvel Spider-Man to officially announce, one fan shares their request for a defining feature of Batman Arkham Knight to be included. Says here, Marvel Spider-Man is packed with exciting gameplay. Yeah, they cut and paste off Batman Arkham Knight. Let's not forget that. But anyway, features that help populate the island of Manhattan with activities. Though it will be a bit before Marvel Spider-Man 2 officially launches, fans of the original are happy to discuss which features they would like to see in the sequel. Let's see, what do they want from Batman Arkham Knight in Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5? Could it be the rain? Could it be swinging from light pole to light pole? Let's find out. Anyway, says here, one of Batman's Arkham Knight's most defining gameplay feature was the opportunity for players to escort apprehend civilians to Gotham City Police Department precinct lockup. So wait a minute, you mean to tell me all that time Spider-Man was running around the game on PS4, you couldn't talk to the cops? Aw, too bad. You couldn't apprehend anybody? Aw, too bad. Everybody wants to be like Bruce Wayne. Anyway, let me keep going here. They say where they could then visit and converse with them afterwards. These opportunities can contribute to the overall completion progression and were a part of the conclusion of many of optional most wanted activities throughout each interconnected island. This feature has an effect on Marvel Spider-Man fans, with some expressing their desire to see it in a sequel. Copycats. If you can't beat Bruce Wayne, join him. Now you guys see why I kept saying that Microsoft need to buy need to go at DC Comics, huh? Okay, they need DC Comics. But anyway, let me continue. Says here, one fan's Daredevil Man 999 shared that this feature would excite them and motivate them to progress through the game to see more villains apprehended. This demonstrates players want more screen time with their favorite supervillains, and that being able to visit them would grant them the opportunity. However, the majority of Marvel Spider-Man fans agree that this feature would make less sense from Spider-Man perspective than it does from Batman. It makes more sense on Batman, man. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Rocksteady and WB Games, for that feature in all the Batman games. Excellent. If they can't beat Bruce Wayne, join him. Anyway, let me keep going. It says here in the tweet, he says, I hope Spider-Man 2 has a feature similar to Batman Arkham Knight, where you can visit villains you defeat in jail. I think it would be so cool and motivate the players to progress the story. Poor Peter Parker. You need Batman's help. Anyway, let me continue. As Baseman UV points out, Batman's role in Batman Arkham Knight is essential and unofficial part of the Force, with a direct line to Commissioner Gordon. Therefore, Batman is welcomed warmly by GCPD officers on his arrival, and they appreciate his vigilante efforts. Spider-Man's role in Marvel Spider-Man is less black and white, where his only existing connection to the NYPD was Yuri Watanabe. With the conclusion of Marvel Spider-Man The City That Never Sleeps DLC also tarnishing that connection. It is unclear what Spider-Man involvement with the police will be like in the sequel. You got Jameson to deal with. Anyway, it says here, then it shows the tweet again. It says, but besides logistics and whether it would be appropriate for Peter or Miles to visit the criminal in lockup, fans do agree that more face time with iconic villains would be preferable. Some fans, such as the B-Max, think this relationship with the police could be achieved through a reputation system implemented in a similar fashion to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But as for Batman Arkham Knight feature, a specific mission in Marvel Spider-Man 2 could result in players visiting RAFT, giving popular context to why Peter Parker or Miles Morales are there in the first place. If you can't beat Bruce Wayne, join him. Anyway, this way players would may be able to pursue different cells and speak to Otto Octavius and other incarcerated nemesis, either for a particular narrative beat or for optional interaction. Regardless, fans simply wish to converse with subdued antagonists and hear more about them and their relationship with Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Even if Spider-Man's relationship with the NYPD is not as symbiotic as Batman with the GCPD. That's the end of the article. So Spider-Man wants to communicate like Batman, huh? Spider-Man wants to interact with people more. He wants to get involved in their lives. And maybe he could help. If you can't beat Bruce Wayne, join him. So, you know, like in the world of video games, anything is possible. So, Spider-Man and Batman in a game together would be crazy. But then again, Microsoft really needs DC Comics, you know, so I think they need to really jump on that, you know. It would be crazy to see a Spider-Man, to see a Marvel and DC like probably like merge together, even though they're competitors, merge together through a Spider-Man and Batman, like Spider-Man and Batman is in the same game and they're playing. That would be insane. That would drive Marvel. That would drive fans nuts. that would send shockwaves through the roof, man. Anyway, interaction is the name of the game when it comes to video games. By the way, interaction. You know, you got to interact with people. You know, it's a part of the stories, part of the gameplay. You know, and you know, Insomniac Games is probably trying to take cues from Batman Arkham Knights, and fans are concerned. The truth of the matter is, Spider-Man fans are jealous of Batman fans. You know, like Batman says, it's the car, right? Chicks love the car. But anyway, they're trying to take ideas from Arkham Knight and try to make Spider-Man 2 better. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take ideas from Arkham Knight and implement it in Spider-Man 2 on PS5 when it comes out in 2023. So fans are concerned, you know. I guess these fans now, with the video games and the way they are, detail is the name of the game, and they're paying attention to detail. So what one game does, they want it in the next game, if you get the point. So, I played Spider-Man on PS4, and I played Miles Morales. And yeah, interaction is the name of the game. You know, you need to interact more with Jameson. I mean, you do get to interact with Dr. Octavius in the lab and all that. But you need to interact with the police more, and interact with with everything that moves on that game. You know, interact with everything that moves on that game. Because like on Batman Arkham Knight, like for instance, you're sitting there flying around the city, you just take a free fall and just dive to the ground, and then everybody like, hey, it's Batman, and then the cars, they start driving all over the place, and then the cars will come up to you and they'll jump out the car and they try to get at you. You know, so Batman, the interaction with Batman is amazing, because even Scarecrow is interacting with Batman. Every time you go around Arkham, he's on that big screen. You hear that little squeak, and then all of a sudden he start talking to Batman crazy. So interaction is the name of the game now, and communication is the name of the game. So Spider-Man, you know, on PS4, you know, they cut and paste, because when Spider-Man on PS4 first came out, they took some ideas from the Batman Arkham series. Let's not forget. But now they want more. You know, so Batman Arkham Knight is actually better than Spider-Man. You know, people been knew this, but now this article now just made it official. You know, because the communication in Batman Arkham Knight is amazing, because you're not just talking to Commissioner Gordon through the not just Commissioner Gordon, you're talking to all the police officers on the roofs, wherever they're at. Even if they're inside GCPD, you're talking to them, right? You're even talking to Commissioner Gordon's daughter. You talk to her. You're talking to all kind of people. You talk to Catwoman. You talk to the Riddler. You're talking to everybody. Penguin, the Joker. Even the Joker. The Joker is almost everywhere with you. You go in Arkham Knight. He's there. You can see him sitting on top of the bridge, looking down at the city. You can see him on the. He's everywhere. You know. So, communication is Batman Arkham Knight, man. Really raised the bar when you really look at it. Really raise the bar when you're talking about gameplay, mechanics, everything. Batman Arkham Knight is no joke, and the game is amazing, man. The game is amazing, you know. I mean the way the war, you can tell there's a huge difference between Batman Arkham Knight and Spider-Man on PS4. It is a huge difference. I mean, look how the water in the ocean moves, especially when you go up to a close range and you watch that thing move. Now do that on Spider-Man. On Spider, and you see, you're like, huh? It looks pale. It looks dull. There is not enough detail on that scenery. But on Batman Arkham Knight, that game, man, has detail like. The detail on that game is off the charts, man. When you look at that ocean and how it moves, man, and then to see the full moon in the rain, and then whenever that lightning decides to show up, I mean, the detail is on that game. That game raises the bar, man. And the stuff that you couldn't. Don't get me wrong. All Batman Arkham Asylum, City, and Origins, they're all good games. They're really great to play. Really great games. But the features in Arkham Knight, man, whoo, yeah, they're fun. They're fun, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even like driving the car and then jumping out the car full speed and start gliding. You know, stuff like that. The game is amazing. You know, so Spider-Man right now can really take some notes from Batman Arkham Knight. Matter of fact, Spider-Man right now, Insomniac need to take some cues from all the Batman games. All of them. You know? Really need to take some cues from all the Batman Arkham games, because communication was really important in all those games. You know? Communication was really important, you know? And giving you clues and hints. I mean, everything, all the Batman games, they're all fantastic, man. They're all fantastic. And Insomniac Games really need to take some lessons from those games, because those games really raise the bar when you're talking about gameplay and everything. You know, each one of those Batman games. There's only one Spider-Man game and one Miles Morales games, but there's like 4 Batman games, including the Telltale series. But the Arkham games that Rocksteady and WB worked on, they have raised the bar. Okay, they have raised the bar. So yeah, Insomniac really need to take the lessons, you know, from take the lessons that they learned from those games and apply it to Spider-Man 2. You know, I mean, even Gotham Knights, they can eat. I mean, since Spider-Man comes out in 2023, they can eat. Insomniac Games can probably learn from Gotham Knights, because the gameplay in Gotham Knights is no joke. You know what I'm saying? So they can learn a lot from all those games. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, and Gotham Knights. They're going to definitely take notes from Gotham Knights. They have to take notes from all of them to make Spider-Man even a decent game, man. Because each Batman game raised the bar when it comes to gameplay, interaction, detail. Yeah, they raised the bar, man. Communication is the name of the game, man. Like, for instance, take Batman Arkham Origins. He said some, like when you're flying like towards the church, and he said some type of note. This was, you tell me, and he was like, oh, he just made a fortune that went down in Blackgate, and he was like, but everybody put their everybody put their money on Joker, but not the boss. What's the note? It's the bat we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? So interactions like that, man. Spider-Man really needs that, man. Really needs that, man. Really need that. I mean, Arkham Origins can give you clues, like in Arkham Origins. One of the villains are like, stupid Storm. One of them said, he gotta buy his girlfriend like a gift and something. So even the villains, man, in Batman they're communicating, man. They're communicating, you know, man. And yeah, that's the name of the game, man. So what is the point of making a Spider-Man game if you're not talking to everybody in the city? You know, if they're not giving you clues or giving you hints or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Communication is important, man. And if Insomniac Games want to learn something about communication, they need to go back to all them Arkham games, whether it's Arkham Asylum, City, Origins, and of course Knights. You know, because communication is the name of the game. And these Spider-Man fans, you know, they know how good Batman Arkham Knight is. They know. You know, detail is the name of the game, man. Communication, man. You got to communicate in these games now. You got to. You know, you communicate, and not only that, you know, Batman Gotham Knights. That's me. I don't have an Xbox Series X yet, but I'm waiting on Gotham Knights. When Gotham Knights comes out, it's gonna raise the bar too. You know, so Insomniac Games now really gonna have to take they're gonna have to get a copy of Gotham Knights and really study communication, man, because WB Games is they're bringing the heat with that game. Okay, you best believe that. You think they're not listening to all the comments that people are saying? They're gonna bring the noise with that game, man. You best believe it. So yeah, and you best the communication gonna be off the charts in that game, man. Communication is really important, man. You know, your superhero is supposed to interact with the with the people on the people with the community, with the government. You know what I'm saying? Your superhero is supposed to interact with the community, the government, even the civilians, man, the police, everything. They got it. The military. You know, communication is the name of the game, man. So yeah, Insomniac Games got their work cut out for them. But Batman Arkham Knight, that game is no joke. It is no joke, man. You can line up Batman Arkham Knight with Spider-Man on a PlayStation 5. You can line it up, and you can see the discrepancies between the two, because Batman Arkham Knight really raised the bar. It's the little things that Batman Arkham Knight improved on, man. You know, that's what made that game so amazing. Yeah. So communication, man. Yeah, is the name of the game now. You know, you got to communicate, man. You know, got to. You know, especially when you're talking superheroes. You know, and that's what DC Universe need to improve on too. Communicate. Even DC Universe got it. You know what I'm saying? Communication, man. So yeah, interaction, mingle. Yeah, talk to people. That is the name of the game, people. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for you people to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, dark side. I'm gone. Peace.